Hold up, because what Cardi B just shared is going to put everything into perspective. After weeks of staying silent, letting rumors swirl online, and keeping her cool while fans seem to have his own public meltdown, Cardi has finally broken her silence. And this time, what she said hits differently. She's not sugarcoating, not being mysterious. She's being completely upfront about why she walked away. Make no mistake, this isn't just about the Super Bowl. This is about recurring patterns, self-respect, and recognizing when you've reached your limit. Stick around, because what she revealed will make you rethink the entire situation. Here's the background you need to know. For weeks, Cardi has stayed completely unbothered. While Stefon allegedly flooded her phone, tried to contact mutual friends, showed up at her tour stops, and reportedly spoke negatively about her behind closed doors, Cardi stayed quiet. She unfollowed him after the Super Bowl, posted a "don't" message, and kept moving forward. She launched her Little Miss Drama tour, performed to sold-out audiences, shared messages about self-love and maintaining her peace, and acted like Stefon Diggs was a thing of the past. Now, though she's ready to speak, but on her terms. Not because Stefon is demanding answers. Not because the internet wants an explanation. She chose the moment herself, ready to tell her truth and finally close this chapter. According to sources close to her, Cardi revealed the real reason she left. And it's something many can relate to. She refused to fall into the same cycle. Again, 7 years of a toxic relationship, cheating, and public drama were enough. She's drawing the line and prioritizing her peace and self-respect. After years of public humiliation, constant breakups, Cardi finally walked away in 2024. She took 6 months to recover and heal. Then Stefon appeared again, promising change, promising peace, promising respect. But here's the truth: Cardi is now sharing the warning signs were there from the very beginning. She ignored them, wanting so badly to believe that this time would be different. She longed for her happy ending so much that she overlooked the red flags right in front of her. And that honesty is what makes her story hit so deeply, because so many of us have been in the same position. Sources say Cardi confided in friends that she knew about Stefon's complicated family situation from day one. She was aware he had multiple children with different women and that the timelines were messy. What she didn't fully realize, though, was how active and overlapping those situations still were. Being with someone who has a past is one thing, but discovering that the past is still unfolding while you're trying to build a future, that's entirely different. This is where Cardi's explanation hits hard. She reportedly said the Super Bowl wasn't the reason she left. That event was simply the moment when all the issues she'd been ignoring came crashing down publicly, in the most humiliating way possible. It wasn't the start of the problems, it was the breaking point. What has everyone talking, though, is what Cardi revealed about her self-worth. According to insiders, she said she left because she realized she deserved more than being someone's backup, more than competing with other women, more than being disrespected in front of the world. And most importantly, she recognized she deserved better than staying in something just because she had already invested time, energy, and had a child. Cardi reportedly shared that the toughest part wasn't the breakup itself. It was coming to terms with the fact that she had made another mistake. She admitted she'd rushed into something before fully healing, overlooked warning signs because of loneliness, hope, or simply wanting to prove she could find love after offset. Once she faced that truth, walking away became clear. Staying would have meant sacrificing her self-respect, and that was a cost she refused to pay. Now, let's break down the Super Bowl moment, which Cardi has openly addressed. She knew the baby mama drama would be present. Kiki and their son were expected, but what caught her off guard was how blatant and disrespectful the situation felt. Multiple women connected to Stefon were in the same space, posting on social media, making their presence known during what was supposed to be a private moment for her and Stefon. What truly broke her, though, was realizing that Stefon either didn't recognize the problem or didn't care enough to stop it. That's when she knew the truth: he didn't value her the way she deserved. He was comfortable seeing her uncomfortable and expected her to tolerate behavior that other women in his life had accepted. Cardi decided she had enough. She left the stadium, returned to her hotel, and made the choice to be done, not because of a single incident, not because she was dramatic, as Stefon claimed, but because that moment revealed the reality she'd been avoiding. Once you see the truth that clearly, there's no turning back. Sources also reveal that Cardi addressed the hotel room cheating rumors. Her stance was straightforward but powerful. Whether or not that particular incident occurred didn't even matter. The disrespect was already there and the trust had already been broken. The disrespect, the pattern, it was already there. One more incident didn't change the bigger picture. This relationship was toxic, and she needed to walk away. That's what makes Cardi's perspective so powerful. She's not getting lost in, he said, she said. She's not trying to prove specific claims. She's simply saying, I saw who you truly are. I knew I deserved better. I left, plain and simple. That's the story, and she doesn't owe anyone more explanation than that. The timing of her speaking out is telling. Sources say she waited until she felt strong, not hurt. She didn't want to respond while emotions were raw or still processing. She wanted clarity first, so that when she spoke, Stefon wouldn't have any hold over her feelings. That healing has now happened. Cardi is reportedly telling friends that leaving Stefon was the best choice she's made in a long time. She feels lighter, freer, more at peace than she has in months. Her tour, her music, and her children have reminded her of who she is outside of any relationship. She's not interested in going backward. No second chances, no listening to Stefon's side. She's done. Fully done. And the confidence with which she's saying this is reportedly driving Stefon crazy. He expected her to be devastated, to beg, to fold, but instead she's thriving. That's the ultimate rejection. Cardi has also addressed the criticism about why she even got involved with Stefon given his past. Her answer is honest and raw. She takes full responsibility for ignoring red flags. She admits she moved too fast, still healing from offset, and probably shouldn't have jumped into anything serious so soon. But she also acknowledges that beating herself up doesn't change the past. What matters is learning from it and doing better going forward. That accountability, paired with recognizing Stefon's true behavior, shows the strength behind her decision to walk away. What Cardi is doing shows real maturity. She's not making excuses for herself, but she's also refusing to take all the blame for Stefon's choices. Like having multiple overlapping relationships, allegedly bringing other women to the Super Bowl, or reportedly cheating. Sources say Cardi is emphasizing that two things can be true at once. She can admit her mistake in getting involved with him, and Stefon can be held responsible for how he treated her. Owning her part doesn't excuse his behavior, and she's not letting anyone twist it that way. What's really resonating with people online is the lesson about recognizing patterns and breaking cycles. Leaving Offset wasn't enough if she was just going to end up with someone displaying the same toxic behaviors. True growth, Cardi reportedly says, comes from understanding why you were drawn to toxicity in the first place so you don't repeat it. She's allegedly decided to take a break from dating entirely, focus on herself, heal properly, and figure out exactly what she wants before letting another man into her life. Clearly, 6 months of recovery wasn't sufficient, and that's okay. She'd rather be single and at peace than in a relationship that constantly drains her. Cardi has also reportedly shared something especially powerful. She's thankful this happened now rather than years later. Catching the pattern early, seeing who Stefon truly was before wasting more time, before their son grew older, and before she got further in is actually a blessing in disguise. The pain now prevents even greater pain down the line. She's urging other women in similar situations to trust their instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags hoping they'll disappear. Don't stay just because you've invested time. And never sacrifice your peace for anyone, because the temporary discomfort of leaving is far less damaging than the long-term consequences of staying. Staying in a situation where you're not valued is never easy. But the power of Cardi's message is that she's speaking from experience. She's been through it before, leaving one toxic relationship, briefly getting involved in another, and then having the courage to course correct. She's choosing herself, even when it's difficult, even with a child involved, and even under the scrutiny of the entire world. So, when it comes down to why Cardi B ended things with Stefon Diggs, it's simply she chose herself. She prioritized her peace over his presence. She put her self-respect above trying to fix something that was broken. She took the lessons from her past instead of repeating the same mistakes. She walked away with her head held high rather than compromising who she is. And that, honestly, is one of the most powerful decisions she could have made. That's why people admire her. That's why her tour is selling out. That's why she's radiating confidence. Because choosing yourself in the face of everything is never the wrong choice.